Going on, everybody? Sorry, it's been so long. It's been what, a year since I've been on here. I have not abandoned my channel. I promise you that. Obviously, because I'm here. Um, but a lot has changed. Let me tell you, a lot has changed. First and foremost, what has changed is I have a full-time job now. It's a state job. I work 4 to 6 days straight, 12 to 16-hour shifts. So yeah, it can be pretty hectic and pretty hard, but I am doing it. And what else is there? So that's also probably why I haven't been on in a while because I had to go through 6 weeks of training for that. And it was Monday through Friday, weekends off. We only had to be there, I think, like one Saturday because it snowed pretty bad, so nobody could get out. So they canceled that class, so we had to make it up on a Saturday, but it's all right. Yeah, but yeah, we had to go, like I said, Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4 or 5 in the evening, sometimes even 6 in the evening. Towards the end, we had it was more like a 10 to 11 hour, day because they were getting us ready for our shifts, especially if we were at a place where we had to work 12-hour shifts, which is majority of the places. I'm not gonna say what I do. All I'm gonna say on here is that it's a day job. So yeah, I will will not be posting a lot on my podcast. However, I will try my best. So hopefully you still follow me. I have been posting on my YouTube, um, especially a lot lately because even though I haven't been at this job I've only been at this job for about a year. I did actually get hurt. Um, it long story, basically I kind of tore my knee up. Didn't and I had to go through, physical therapy. I'm still in physical therapy. However, I'm hoping to be released in about a couple weeks because I've been out quite a few months. And I'm just ready to get back to work and get back to the grind and all that. Yes, I will miss the kind of sleeping in, but yet I still don't sleep in because my kids, they sometimes have sleep regression because they're autistic. So, speaking of my kids, they are doing well, getting so big. My oldest is now in first grade in SPED. For those of you who don't know, SPED is special ed, and at the same school as last year when she was in kindergarten. And then my youngest is in my youngest is sorry, our youngest is in still in pre-K. I think she was in just early childhood special education program for threes class last year. And now she's officially in pre-K because she is 4, and so we're excited about that. And she's improving a lot when it comes to her therapy, especially her physical therapy, because she is now standing. She still has to lean against something when she stands, but she's standing more and more, which is wonderful. And she walks with assistance, so that's really, really good. And she sometimes walks with assistance without even her leg braces on because she has to have leg and ankle braces. So yeah, she's improving so much. She's getting so big. She's about as tall as her sister, who's, 2 years older. And I want to say they're 3 feet 5 inches, something like that. 3 feet 6 inches. So yeah. But and she's learned how to say hi. She goes hi. That's about it for now. But she's getting there. She's improving. That's all that matters. She goes to therapy as well twice a week. And then my oldest goes to therapy as well twice a week. My oldest goes speech feeding and occupational, while my youngest goes to physical, speech, and occupational. So, and they both go on the same days, same times, which is nice. And then I've been going to physical therapy twice a week. So, yeah. Luckily, I've been getting help ever since I got injured. I've been getting help within my family to get my girls to physical therapy, especially my youngest, because we still have to lift her, put her in her chair, and all that. Um, we only have like one person that helps us in our family, but hey, it's better than nothing. Um, Other than that, let's see. Oh, and my oldest, like I said, my oldest is proven a lot. She has been trying to eat normal solid foods. She tastes them all the time, and she kind of like gnaws on them, but doesn't really chew them or swallows them just yet. But she'll get there. Right now, she's still on pediatric shakes. Um, what else is there? I'm kind of tired because I kind of slept, I guess, over the weekend. Not really, because my husband went to work, but then he got sick. I think he got sick with like a really bad sinus infection because our youngest had a really bad sinus infection. We thought it was a flu or COVID because the way she sounded, but it's not. Hopefully, I don't get flagged for saying that. But yeah, it was just a really bad sinus infection. So he tried to go to work, but he came home early on his Monday. You know, because he's got the same schedule I do. It's 4 days on, 4 days off, or with him, it's 4 days on, 4 days off, and 12 to 16 hours. And then mine is supposed to be 4 days on, 4 days off. The two extra days are overtime days, 12 to 16 hours. So my two overtime days, or one overtime day, whatever they need, I those are the days that are also on my husband's schedule. So somebody will come over here and watch our kids for me. It's the same person that helps us out, taking them therapy right now. So which is nice. But they can only, like I said, they could probably only do it like 1 or 2 I can't even talk. They can only do it 1 or 2 days a week because they also work full time as well. So, but we are grateful for that extremely. If it wasn't for them, like I said, we wouldn't have anybody because my mom lives over 200 miles away. My both of his parents have both passed, so they're no longer with us. His family, they're, we get along. They're sweet. I love them, but they're just not really there. Um, and then they got their own life and whatnot. And then his maternal grandma just passed away as well, not that long ago. But she was like in her 80s, and she was in a home and everything for a little bit. She had like dementia or something like that. And what else? Oh, and my grandma-in-law, my maternal grandma-in-law, she used to live here, but then she moved out of state as well. So, she's no longer really close to us either, but it's all good. We figured out before my family member moved from out of state to here to help us out. We figured it out beforehand for quite a while, and we can figure it out again if we had to. But luckily they still stayed here in Texas, and so we're grateful for that. Other than that, uh, oh yeah, and then we also have a new dog. Now we got three dogs. We named him Rescue because during training for my job, I made a new friend, which she's so cool, so sweet. I haven't heard from her in a while, so maybe I should call her or something. See how she's doing. She saw a dog that was basically stranded over by our what we call training facility, training academy, and so she picked it up. And at first, she asked one of our bosses if they wanted it, and they said, "Well, I have to, talk to my wife." And I guess his wife said no. So then she still couldn't find a home for him because she couldn't home him at the time, unfortunately. And I thought about it. I asked my husband. I said, we got the room. Should we home this third dog?" And then he's like, "I don't care." And I said, "Okay." So then I told her, I said, "Hey, we can home him." And she's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." And then she's like, "All right." So she helped us out with food and getting him fixed because he wasn't fixed and at the time. And so that was really sweet of her. And we named him Rescue. And he's been a great dog ever since. He plays and he loves the kids, just like our other two dogs. And um, he, I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this, but he's not a digger and he's not much of a runner, which is nice. But like, I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this. He's, but yeah, he likes to play with the other dogs and like I said, and kids and but we don't of course we always make sure if our kids are around the same vicinity as our dogs we're around. And or if like say for example, we have a two-story house. So say for example our kids are downstairs, we'll we'll put we'll have the dogs outside, so that way they're not all together because, dogs, any type of dogs can turn on a dime. We're not gonna have that. Absolutely not. We did have another dog a long time ago that basically turned on a dime. It started growling at one of our kids, and we're like, yeah, it's gone. So we had to give him away, unfortunately. We didn't like that, but we're not gonna have a dog that's gonna growl at our kids for anything. Absolutely nothing. So it's yeah. So being their parents, we're gonna protect our kids for sure, and our kids are gonna come first before anything else. So yeah, we did rehome him. He didn't go no puppy mill. Don't worry about it. He went to a nice home, and I don't know how he's doing since. We just kind of rehomed him. That was that. Um, I can ask my husband about that because I don't know if he still talks to them or not. I have no idea. But yeah, other than that, and this is off the kind of subject in a way, but in regards to our jobs, I meant we're we found a job that is that thankfully it goes good with our schedules. As in, on the days I work, he's home. My husband's home and vice versa, except for on my overtime days, of course. That's when we're both working. So, which is nice. We have tried that for many years. We tried it, but he wasn't at a place where it worked with our schedule, and now he's at a place where it does work with our schedule. So, and we both work day shift. I'm not I'm not too afraid to admit here, I do miss my kids when I'm gone. At the same time, I'm glad that I am helping out my husband with the bills and stuff, especially since I don't know if I mentioned this in my last one, but he has been diagnosed with heart disease. And so I didn't want him to feel so stressed out anymore. And to me, I'm like, you know what, you're at a place where maybe you can work out the schedule where, you're home, I'm working, and vice versa. Yeah, we barely see each other, but he's been doing this job about 15 years, so he can easily request off to, spend time with me and whatnot. So which is nice. Now sometimes, yeah, they do decline it, but it is what it is. We just schedule a different day and um try again, whatnot. But other than that, now he doesn't always request off to spend time with me, of course. He requests off for other things for the kids, and just if he's got like a doctor's appointment for his heart and whatnot. Just that to verify that. Um, but yeah, I do. Of course, I like my job. I did it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if I mentioned my job last time, I gotta check. But I used to do it many years ago as well. Actually, around the time I found out I was pregnant with my first kid. And so, yes, I went through training when I was pregnant, and it was very, very hard, but I did it. And of course, she did well too. She survived because she's here. She did make me tired the whole time. And then, of course, um, when I went to my assigned place, I was even more tired because at my assigned place, I had to, go up and downstairs over 50 times a day, which I know that's nothing compared to a lot of other people. But just like now, and I'm at the same place I was last time. I was assigned last time, so which is nice. But yeah, and the same thing goes this time where I go up and downstairs over 50 times a day, and I'm doing a lot of running, a lot of strenuous activity. But hey, it's a job, I can't really complain, and I like it. It pays pretty well, so who am I to complain about that? And like I said, I'm hoping to get back in the next couple of weeks. My next doctor's appointment is October 8th. If you follow my YouTube channel, you'll see videos all about my injury and what's been going on with that. I do plan on, of course, making more videos. I just haven't really had much going on. And like I said, my husband's been home because he was sick, but now he's doing better. So he's back at work. And then, of course, my youngest doing better. So she's back at school. I'm hoping to God that I don't get what they had because it sucked. Yeah, my youngest was very miserable, and so was my husband. They both slept almost the whole day, and they just like did not feel good. They can barely talk. They had a sore throat. They had a headache. All that. They barely had an appetite. So if I do catch it, I'm hoping it's right before I have to go back, and not when I do go back. But because I can't, no, I don't want to miss any more work for a long time, and I can't really afford it. We can't afford it anyways. Um, because we're kind of barely making bills right now. With my, with both of our checks plus my overtime check, before I got hurt, we were doing great. And now, of course, we're kind of down to one income in a way again. And where he works, they don't really offer overtime right now. So even though he's trying to get to a place where they do offer it, and so he can't get no overtime, so therefore we only have kind of one check, and things are very expensive right now. So it is kind of hard, and that's also why I really hope, like I keep saying over and over, I get released and I go back here sooner than later by my next appointment at least. Because like I said, things are expensive. Anyways, what else is there? I've been recording about 20 minutes. I have also what took me so long to get back is the whole new streaming thing they got with being on Riverside now. You have to record on Riverside, and then you can add to your what's it called, your studio, or I don't know. I'm still trying to figure everything out. But so that's also what it was. I'm like, oh boy, this changed. They, they switched their streaming, which I'm not complaining, but I'm still trying to, like I said, try to figure everything out. And that's also what took me so long to get back, because I got on my Spotify account or whatever I think it was called Anchor or something like that, and I noticed you couldn't record on there, and you had to download Riverside instead because all the streaming went to Riverside. So I'm like, okay. And I checked the website out, or the app out, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. You can do videos or just do audio, and you can also do recording with multiple people. So which is nice, which is awesome. So um, you know, uh I'm starting to kind of like it. I don't mind it. Hopefully I do good when it comes to broadcasting it. Hopefully I don't mess it up in any way. No, I'm just kidding. Other than that, but like I said, I I'm gonna try my best to keep, you know, y'all updated on here about everything. And I'm gonna try my best to upload more, new episodes. I'm not gonna make a schedule. I can't, because I don't want to make a schedule and then I realize, oh crap, I forgot to post that day, and people were looking for a new episode. My listeners are, and they realized, wait, I thought she was gonna post this day. Where is she? Yeah, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry. It was just like my YouTube. I try to make a schedule when it came to lives. I haven't been live now in like 6 months because of my new job and because just all my kids and all that. Life gets busy, so I don't know how these people with other jobs can go live and do. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Kudos to them though. But yeah, I just can't make it. I can't make a schedule for that anymore, and I don't even make a schedule when my videos pop up. They just do. Because I just do. I'm gonna start doing things when I can. So just look out for new episodes when you can, and I'll just upload them when I can. Basically, I'm gonna try not to have it go a whole year again because I know that was there. You guys probably like, wait, what the heck? Did she abandon it? No, like I said, um, yeah. If you, I think if you look up this podcast, you'll find my YouTube channel, and obviously I didn't abandon it because I'm still uploading on YouTube. And I think you may find my social medias. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. Um, but yeah, I know I my added this on my YouTube for sure. But anyways. So yeah, that is that. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast for you because but I got a lot of things to do. I'm trying to get my stuff ready to go back to work, like all the equipment I bring and all that, and all the my clothes, uniform, etc. For when hopefully I do get released. Pray that I get released. I'm just ready. I'm ready to go back to work. I mean, I feel like I've gotten 100% motion back in my knee. I feel like I'm walking a hell lot better, excuse my language, but a hell lot better without a cane, without any walking assistance. Um, I just feel like I'm doing better. So yeah, I'm hoping they do release me. Because to be honest, with this job, I do have a deadline of when I have to be back, and why I don't know, but I do. Because they can possibly, guess, not really lay me off, but what's called separated. It's hard to explain. Um, and basically, I would have to reapply for this job again to go back to the job. And I don't think I'll be guaranteed to go back to my old assignment place. The assignment place I'm at now. I don't know. But I just know that I do have a deadline. And it's not next month. It's sometime the month after that. And I at least want to have quite a few days before that deadline comes up when I get released. So in case of God forbid something happens again, which I hope to God not, because I do want to build my time back up. In this job, you build time, and to where if you get enough time, you can be off for months straight, still get paid. So yeah, but that's or like a year straight or whatever and still get paid, but that's a lot of time. You can't miss no work. Can't call in nothing. That's the catch, which that's good, you know. Um, but yeah, I I don't know if I'll ever go into what I do for a living because I don't think I can. Sorry about that noise in the background. It's our AC fan that's outside or whatever that's called, and it's going out. So that's also why I need to get back so we can afford to replace that because with just my husband's check alone, it's only enough to pay bills and groceries, and that's it. That's it. So, um, which is better than nothing. It's better than when a lot of other people don't have. Some people can't even live on their own, and him and I are both living on our own with our kids, and we're grateful for that. And But yeah. Anyways, before this sound in the background annoys people, I will catch y'all later, and hopefully, like I said, I'll be posting more and on here, not just on my YouTube. I don't know why, but I've always loved making videos. I like recording myself too, don't get me wrong. That's why I'm doing this. But always love making videos, so that's also why I've been and it's better to explain my injury in videos in a way rather than listening to it. But yeah, oh my gosh, this sound. Anyway, so I'll catch y'all later and just check in every now and then to see if I post a new episode. And I'll just post when I post. But yeah, I'll be back. I can guarantee you later. So no worries. All right. Well, this is Mel signing out.